Let's talk about the Fox Commando debacle. 2027 order banks are open and a surprising new required feature on the Willys 4-door. All that and more today on Dirt Road Cred Jeep News. All right, guys, so let's get into it. We've just got confirmation that the 2027 Wrangler order banks are open. Now, we saw the order guide a few months ago, had a lot of talk on the channel here about what's available, what's not, what's going to be coming out, and it looks like you can finally place an order for a 2027 Wrangler, and it's pretty much exactly the same as we discussed a few months ago. There's a lot of good resources online with the entire order guides, and a great way to get pricing on one of these Jeeps is actually to go through our dealership affiliate program, get connected to a dealership, and they can get you pricing for a brand new 2027. Now, one cool thing that has come out of this is that you can finally order a rewind trim. You can order a couple other ones. The rock slide's still gone, the rewind's available, and the white cap looks like it's still going to survive for 2027. But a lot of those 12 for 12 special editions are not being listed on the order banks. I do think they are going to be coming out very soon. And in fact, we've got a new 12 for 12 in just over a week and a half. Now, after looking at the order banks and the guides, there is a pretty big discrepancy between the 26 and the 27, particularly in the available colors. They pretty much knocked it down from a wide variety to a limited kind of 7 colors, and that's all you get to choose from. My beloved Goldilocks gone, Purple Rain's gone, Ryan's Anvil's gone, Juice remains, Tuscadero's gone, and I think there's one I'm missing, but a lot of these colors have gone to the wayside. They typically do that in the beginning of a model year launch. They'll trim down the colors. That way they can help sell 2026 model years, and you can only order a limited variety. Now, the Willys 392 is available to order. Moab 392 is available to order. And then a really cool little thing, as of today, filming this video, if you order a 4-door Willys, it's requiring you to add the steel performance hood at no cost. So one of our dealer friends here in PA actually said he went through, checked out the 4-door build, and it looks like it's requiring you to add the 392 hood to it, and it said no charge at the moment. Thanks to Ryan, a good friend of ours, who actually sent us a message on Instagram and sent us with a winky face to build out a 27 Willys and see what happens when you do that. So it's pretty cool to be seeing the order banks open. I'm excited to start seeing that Dana 50 in real life. I think that Dana 50 was standard on the Willys 392 or the 392 as a whole, and perhaps an option. We're still waiting to see what we can do with that, but as of right now, we're just kind of waiting to see if it comes in and what that thing actually looks like. Maybe if there's a difference in the way the shocks are mounted, or if it's going to be just a standard rear end axle, just a little bit bigger than the Dana 44 that is equipped in the 392 and the other vehicles. But looking at this though, guys, if you've been waiting for a 27, not really any colors to change, and it looks to be pretty much the same. So unless you just want that latest and greatest model year, save a little bit of money and perhaps pick up a 2026 that's either already on the lot. Well, you can't. I don't think you can order a 26 now that they've opened the banks. So pick up one on the lot, save yourself a bunch of money. There are a lot of incentives going on those vehicles right now, but pretty cool stuff. I like the fact that the Willys might come with that 392 hood. I think that's going to be really different for people that are going, what hood is even on my Jeep? We walked around the dealership lot the other day. How about it at Jim Marsh? And every other hood was aluminum, Euro Rubicon, regular Rubicon, 392 hood. It's all over the place. So if you've been looking to pick up a set of hood struts, especially at dirtroadcred.com, be sure to make sure you read which hood style is yours and pick up the correct one. But if you guys are bummed a little bit about the 2027 launch, give it just a little bit of time. We still have 12 for 12s. We have potentially new colors coming out, and I think a lot of really cool things are coming. So give it just a little bit of time, and we're going to as well try and pry it out of Jeep. We're actually going to be going out next week to the Rubicon Trail for the Jeep Jamboree 29th anniversary. Jeep invited us out, wanted to put us up in a hotel, let us drive in a Wrangler on the Rubicon Trail and hang out with them for the weekend. So if you guys are going to be there, let us know. We'd love to hang out with you guys, and hopefully we'll meet some of our DRC fans out in California. We went from Vegas to PA, now from PA back all the way out west to California. So we're looking forward to it, and we're also hoping to have some really good campfire conversations and hopefully maybe be a little bit more influential into what Jeep's deciding for the future. Before we get into this one, let's let everyone know that for the month of July 2026, DirtRoadCred.com is going to be offering 250x entries on all website purchases to get entered into our 2026 Mojave Vice Gladiator giveaway. No purchase is necessary, and all the official rules are on the website, but we wanted to let you guys know as well, there's been a lot of Facebook and Instagram posts where new Jeep owners and older Jeep owners alike are asking, where do you get your parts from, or where should I buy my from? The goal with DirtRoadCred.com is to basically be able to upfit an entire Jeep. Lift kit, wheels, tires, bumpers, all the accessories, and all sorts of other goodies, and get names that we trust. And there have been a couple comments talking about, maybe the price is different on DirtRoadCred.com. We keep 99% of the pricing the exact same as the manufacturer. Some of it we have to factor in shipping, but for all of those big parts, it's going to be the same as picking it up direct. And in fact, if you guys are looking to make a big order, perhaps a bunch of bumpers, lift kit, a lot of those bigger items, shoot us an email at info@dirtroadcredmedia.com and we can help you out with that build and also get you some good pricing. A disclaimer before we get into this: this is based off of one email that was received. We've seen a lot of kind of varying responses from the people at the Fox Corporation, and we're curious as well. So if you have one of these on order, reach out to them directly and let us know, but do not take this completely as truth. We don't know exactly what's going to happen until these things start to get delivered. Let's get into it. So as we're closely approaching July 4th and America 250, we got to talk about a couple Jeeps that we're been waiting to hear on, and I think a lot of people, well, maybe not a lot of people, 250 people to be specific, have been waiting for quite some time for these vehicles, and there's been so much back and forth on what's actually coming. The Fox Commando is going to be the discussion point. But before we get into that, we're just about at July 4th. The America 250 edition seems to be just scraping by and arriving at some dealerships, and from what we've seen, Ryan, that thing looks sick. Denim blue interior, patch pad on the back of the seat, blue denim soft top. We're excited to see one in person and we can't wait. But I think even more patriotic than that was the 250 Fox Commandos that they limited to active and retired military. Now, we actually applied on my dad's behalf. He was like, look, if we get selected, he wanted to drive the heck out of that thing. He loved it with the 41, all the homage to the military tribute. And I think so many of our viewers either A, are veterans and thank you for your service, or B, are active duty military. We probably have about 20 or 30 different folks that actively talk to us about their Fox Commando purchase. And I would say, Ryan, nobody has actually got one yet. We were fortunate enough to get some photos from a dealership down in North Carolina where they were filming in the Marine Corps base and see some of it a little bit closer, get some hints at what is coming out. But in reality, no one has gotten one in yet. Unless in these comments, you can drop it below. You've got one, then send us an email and say what you've got. But the Fox Commando kind of dilemma, Ryan, as this thing came out, that was back in November, as the orders or the selection process has started. And then it was like a few months of just crickets, and then a bunch of people were selected. The rest of us, they sent my dad like a $2,500 off coupon for their next Jeep purchase. But then it's just been so hit or miss with the actual communication, and so many things just kind of left to be guessed. Originally, I thought this was going to be like built off of a leftover Rubicon 392 for the 25 model year. And then 26 came out, and then I'm thinking Moab 392. And then Willys 392 came out. So what is the actual base platform 392? Some folks are saying confirmed Moab 392. But after we talk about what's next, I don't know if that's going to even be a locked enough in kind of piece of information. Who knows what this is going to be built off of? We do know what you can get on it and what comes factory. The high performance, the high top fender flares, the 37s, the Fox 3.0s, all the stuff that's shown in those photos, we know that that comes equipped, plus an optional MagnaFlow exhaust and a Whipple supercharger underneath the hood. The biggest disappointment that I am seeing, and it's not a fault on Jeep's part, it's a fault on the Fox side of things, is that we've seen an email from a person that sent it in, and we'll leave him anonymous, that this vehicle will not come with top or doors. Like, I don't even know what to say about this. So we've seen so many back and forth. That seems to be the main question on people getting these Commandos is, will I get the top and doors, or will I just get tube doors and a bimini top? And we have that email that says it will not come with the full hard top and doors, but you can purchase them on the side. From Fox. Yeah. So actually what?
So Jeep sold them to Fox, and then
So Jeep, I think what Jeep is doing is they're like, here's the units down to Fox, right? Like, here's a brand new Jeep, right? They're going to order in the lift kits, because for the Fox Corporation, they have Fox Shocks, JKS, a lot of brands with them. They're going to get, I believe, Tyree lights. You can option a Warren winch, the steel tube doors, the bimini top, the inside tire carrier, all that stuff's badass. But they come with doors and top to Fox. So it looks like it's going to get to Fox as a regular Jeep, And then they're going to take the top and doors off to do the bimini top and the paint match tube doors. And then you can buy them from Fox if you want to. We don't know the price of that. We don't know what that's going to look like. But I think about this for a reason. And I'm thinking to myself, the entire way that this was marketed was very, very humble, I would say. Active duty, veterans, only giving them the opportunity to get the chance to buy this Fox Commando. But going through all these hoops, going through all these dilemmas, and then at the end of it, you're like, no, you don't get top and doors. And I'm thinking, okay, they have tube doors included. They have a bimini top. The bimini top, Ryan, you could fold that up and probably put it in a box in the back. The tube doors, a little bit more awkward, right? But when I ordered my 2022 high velocity Wrangler, they fit 4 half doors. No, they didn't. What Jeep did I do? No, they fit a whole soft top box in the back. Yeah. But on the other ones, I'm thinking of the other units that were ordered. I was going to order half doors. I couldn't. But every other Jeep, you could fit 4 half doors and 4 boxes for windows because they would lay the back seat flat. Now, in this particular unit, the spare tire takes up the entire rear cargo area, but you could still lay that rear seat down and probably fit 4 tube doors in there, which means you could leave the full doors on and the hardtop on. And then the only thing to be installed at the dealer would be a bimini top and tube doors if you wanted, or you just take it home as an accessory. I'm pretty pissed off about this, to be honest. Like, I feel like I know their MSRP is $69,995. I'm not going to lie. I don't know how they're doing that MSRP because that's very cheap for what it is, unless they then sell the doors and top or get credit for them and they make their money back. But it's like, just give the doors and top.
They're already paying.
You're already paying for it. Yeah, I just don't. I'm so like frustrated. It's not shade because I'd really love Fox to be like, hey, that's all a mistake. We're actually giving it to them. I'd love everyone to be surprised, right?
But then how are they getting the Jeep?
But how are they going to ship it from Toledo on a train? Particularly, what typically happens is they would, when we get them here in PA, they would ship them from Toledo to Baltimore on a train, a rail train. And I know a lot of guys, super guys that are very particular about their cars. When you roll a train on the tracks, all the brake dust, all the dust, everything flies up and comes into the vehicles. Typically, you don't have doors open, windows open, top off. It's all enclosed. So outside of it gets a little bit scuzzy. Are these going to be open, like, in the train? They're going to cover it in dust in that. And then secondly, when they go on a truck to get to the dealership, what about rain, snow, sleet, anything else? Is it just going to land in the Jeep? Like, I'm not sure what the plan is here. I'm hoping we're wrong, particularly because the logistics of actually making this delivery, unless when they get to Fox, they're already off the train, right? So Fox is then responsible for the delivery. There's no way they're paying for enclosed trailers at every one of these dealerships. But then what's going to happen when it's at the dealership?
Is it going to a dealership?
Yeah, it goes to a dealership. But are they going to put it in a service bay? Like, it's not going to have full doors in it. How are they going to store it? What if they're in metropolitan Atlanta that has, like, sky rises instead of big parking lots? Where are they going to put it? It seems like the wildest thing, and I'm hoping we're completely wrong. But if you guys have any other correspondence with the guys at Fox and could, like, drop us down below, or maybe just be like, can we just give them the doors and top? Like, can we just do that if it's not a thing?
Yeah, they're already paying $70,000.
Yeah, $70K, and they're getting a good deal for it, right? But they served,
and that was the whole pitch.
and that was the whole pitch. Ryan says behind the camera that you guys can't see. I'm very curious on this. I think because it's such a limited amount of people, it's not going to be like crazy viral or anyone's going to like go over the moon. But I personally think like if those doors and top are available, give them the damn doors and top. Because how else are you going to get it to them? Plus, it's like a lot of these folks that have earned this Jeep have sacrificed everything. Like, give them the doors and top, you know? Or unless they're going to be like, well, unless they say something real crazy, stupid, cheap, like, oh, well, include it for an extra $100. You know, we don't know, right? We don't know at all. So I won't throw shade until it's completely firmed out and people can get me an actual price of what the doors and top are going to cost. Then we can really rip them. But, like, for right now, we don't know.
We like the fact. Like,
we love it, dude. I want to check one out in person. Whipple Supercharged $392 from factory with a warranty. The whole pitch is, yeah, just put the doors and top on. Even like a soft top. Just do a soft top. Do it off of Willys $392. Soft top, full doors. Because, like, you're going to have to, like, a lot of people are like, oh, if it doesn't, I'll just pick up some on Marketplace. If you pick them up on Marketplace, you have to make sure that it has the right plugs. If it has heated mirrors, if it has power mirrors, if it has... And then not only that, you have to rekey it because now the door lock doesn't have proximity. Like, you're not going to do that. And then repaint them too because they're going to be 41. So give them the doors and the top or else. No, I don't want to say that yet. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this one up. This has obviously been a pretty cool video because we have so many of you guys that have not only served our country, thank you for your service, but are selected as the recipients of these vehicles. So although we debated putting this out there, I think that there's so many people in our audience that are recipients of this that we just feel like it was very appropriate to do so, to kind of keep you updated on it. And if you guys hear anything, definitely let us know the exact same way that you have been doing. We're out here in the shop, though. We've finally made it back to PA, but very soon we're going to be heading all the way back out west to the Rubicon Trail. Jeep Corporate has invited us out. They're flying us out there. We're going to be doing all sorts of fun stuff with them, and we're excited to take on one of the hardest and probably arguably one of the coolest trails in Jeep history, the Rubicon, which such an iconic nameplate after that trail. And we can't wait to have the opportunity to take that on, take you guys along with us for that opportunity, and really see what it's all about. So if you guys are going to be there, like I said, let us know down below in the comments. But it's not going to be all news video and trip videos. We do have an install video that we just did recently on Motobuilt front and rear bumpers in the Gladiator. So if you guys are wanting to watch an install video, check that one out. We've got more bumpers on the floor here, and then even more cool parts. Tailgate tables just started showing up. So we ordered a bunch of them off of your guys' suggestion from the other video where we said, should we try them out? They're here. We spent, I don't know, $1,000, and they're now shown up. So you can expect a video like that coming very soon. Make sure to have a great time this weekend on July 4th, America's 250th birthday. We wouldn't be here without every single member of the service, everyone that's fought for this country, and we'd like to pay an honor to all those folks with the Jeeps that we build, with the info that we give, and that's why we got so many cool patches up on the wall over here. But I also saw another quote online, make sure that this is not your last weekend with 10 fingers, and if you're playing around with fireworks, be careful. I saw that. It was like, for some people, this is going to be their last weekend with 10 fingers, and they don't know it yet. So please be careful. Have a very great and safe 4th of July weekend. We will be hanging out next week and then flying all the way out west, so we can't wait to take you along for that ride. From Ryan behind the camera and me here talking to you, we want you to get out there and earn yours.